Welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to an educational film that was created back in the 1960s. But before we get started, I want you to consider checking out my second YouTube channel. The link is in the description box below. Help me get this video to 500 likes. And as always, don't forget to like, share, watch more videos, and subscribe to the channel.
The Negro is no newcomer to Texas. A century before the Mayflower landed at Plymouth Rock, a Moor named Esteban wandered across this land with the Spaniard Cabeza de Vaca. Since then, Negroes have continued to migrate to Texas and play their part in its development. Today, there are many Negro Texans with records of outstanding achievement. Hobart Taylor, director of the Import-Export Bank and former White House Special Counsel. Dr. Samuel Nabrit of the Atomic Energy Commission. Dr. Zelma George, delegate to the UN. And State Senator Barbara Jordan, the first Negro woman in history to be elected to the Texas legislature. Senator Jordan.
There are so many interesting aspects to Texas history. Here in Austin, you find yourself surrounded not only by the inspiring beauty of our Capitol grounds, but by the many reminders of the events and people who made Texas what it is. Monuments to the great men and to great events. As a Negro, I'm naturally deeply interested in the part the Negro has played in Texas, and the contributions he has made to the building of our state. I think of men like Senator William H. Burton, former sheriff of Fort Bend County, and his colleagues, Representative W.H. Holland and Senator George T. Ruby. All were effective and progressive legislators, men who helped Texas to grow. And before them, I think of others who played their part in making Texas free. The call went out, who will follow old Ben Milam into San Antonio? Greenbury Logan, a free Negro, and Hendrick Arnold, another freedman, fought house to house with the rest of Milam's men until the Mexican forces were defeated.
Tell me about some of these men that's listed in the comments. If you know them, tell me how you know them. If you don't know them, then continue learning just like I am.
A year later, there was another. Dick was the only name he was known by. He beat the drum in the little Texas band at the bloody charge of San Jacinto. As you read stories of the battles for Texas independence, you find many examples of Negro heroism and valor. And I can't help having a special twinge of pride for what those men did. I have that feeling about a young man named Samuel McCulloch. He was a volunteer in the Texas Army, which drove the Mexicans out of Victoria in 1835, then marched on to charge the fort at Goliad. And in that charge, Samuel McCulloch was wounded. He was said to have been the first Texan to shed his blood in our war for independence. In politics, in war, and in peace, as his opportunities arose, the Negro made his contributions to Texas.
Let me know in the comments if you have made any type of contributions to Texas or any other state. Let me know in the comments, what contributions have you made?
It was William Goyens, a Negro blacksmith and trader, who knew the Cherokees best in the Nacogdoches area. He acted as an aide and interpreter for Sam Houston in making the peace treaty which protected Texas from Indian uprisings during her revolution. But even before this, in the days of 1821, I think back to a young girl named Kiamata. She She and Mrs. Jane Long, with only 2 infants and a dog for company, defended their mud fort at Point Bolivar against the Karankawa Indians. Unaided, they fired the ancient cannon. The Indians fled, and a red petticoat flew defiantly from the flagpole. No, the Negro is no newcomer to Texas. We are deeply involved in the history and life of our state. The thread of our contribution winds through war and peace, through politics and business. It's nice to look back on the part we have had in making Texas what it is today.
Let me know, have you learned any of this in school? And if you have, let me know what parts did you learn.
And even more exciting to look forward to what can be done tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a very interesting video. I learned quite a lot. There was a lot of things I did not know. And if you are just like me, please let me know, what did you learn new from this video? But as always, don't forget to like, share, watch more videos, and subscribe to the channel.